have a 1989 car I bought new. It is completely stock. It has 27,000 miles, which is less than 1,000 miles a year. And every 2 years the smog comes around. It's an example where older cars you got to put on the rolling road, and those kind of shops don't have the equipment.
Well, we're here at the state capitol. Looks like a bunch of classic cars are out here to voice their support for SB 712, which is better known as Leno's Law. And you've got a couple of really cool cars down the street. I think they were gonna try to go for a cruise, but the California Auto Museum's here, so you can see their car over there. Nice convertible. You got a Porsche 914. There's Monte Carlo. You've got some other cars that are cruising in. Really cool. You got a Trans Am. Pontiac Trans Am Firebird. It's cool. A couple of them actually. Wow, look at that. The blue with the blue bird on it. The blue Firebird. That is really nice. Got an Oldsmobile. When's the last time you saw an Oldsmobile? That's cool. Looks like a Willys Jeep over there. Lots of cool cars over here. A lot of people showed up to support this bill. There you go. Nice car. Got a lot of people here to support this bill, which is great. Got a lot of news cameras here today too. But very nice, very nice. Check out this Buick with the portholes. That's nice. Look at that. That's a nice car. Oh, you got a Grand National over here. Buick Grand National. That's nice. What's this? Lots of nice classics here with old style air conditioners on them. That's cool. Here. El Camino. Chevy. Porsche here. Is this a 911 73 maybe? Can't tell. They got another Firebird. 911 SC. That's cool. Let's see. So the press conference hasn't started yet. It's scheduled to start at 11:30, so we're going to try and cover that live. But check out that cool car. Nice little rat rod. Another El Camino here. Quite a few cars came out, which is nice. A couple more over on the other side there. Ford Deluxe. Plymouth here, and then you've got is that a Chevelle or something across the street? Nova maybe across the street? But this Plymouth is nice. Plymouth convertible. Yeah, it's a nice car. So, real cool. Let's see what time Jay Leno's gonna show up, but he's scheduled to be on here to testify today. Check out this car. That is nice. That salmon color Impala. It's a nice little Ford pickup. It's kind of neat. It's great to see these slightly older cars here. These cars are probably already exempt from smog. This is definitely older than 75. A lot of these cars from the 50s, and they're probably already smog exempt, but good to see that they're here supporting the law that would exempt cars that are 35 years or older. So looks like they're starting to gather up a little bit.
It's an honor and privilege to be here. I know there's nothing more annoying than Hollywood people involved in politics, so I just try to keep that to a minimum. But this one's important to me because I'm an enthusiast. You know, I have a car I bought in 1989. I still use it today. It's only got 27,000 miles on it. It looks brand new. But to get it smogged, I got to go Downey. I have to go somewhere to try and find a smog station. How many miles I put more miles on it looking for smog stations than I do driving the thing. So we try to do things the right way, but it's just hard when you have a vehicle that's not modified in any way. For example, if you have an old car and it's smoking, it doesn't matter how old it is, you're going to get a ticket. It's just not a well-maintained vehicle. But most enthusiasts maintain their cars to almost better than new condition, at least the people I know. And it just makes it such a hardship. Something that's legal in Nevada or Washington State, you drive right over the border and now your car is illegal and you can't have it in California. It's not even like we're looking for something special. Everybody else is 25 years. We're 35 years. So we threw an extra 10 on there just to hopefully get it to pass. But just to give us parity with other states, that's all. Just it seems sad if you come here, you have an old car, you have to sell it out of state. It just, I don't know, it's nice to try and keep the auto enthusiast market in California. You know, hot rodding began in Southern California and be a huge business. So many businesses built up around Southern California, all around hot rodding. And to watch them close or move to Texas or go to Colorado, it's kind of depressing. Classic cars are kind of like ATVs or snowmobiles. You use them on weekends to go to a car meet. Most people drive to a place, park it there all day, have a barbecue, then drive it home again. That's all we're trying to do here. So I hope you get behind us on this bill and at least make us equal to our neighboring states. So that's pretty much all I have to say.
I drive my electric cars during the week, and weekends I work on my older and antique vehicles. Just less than 1,000 miles a year. And every 2 years, the smog comes around. Older cars, you got to put on the rolling road, and those kind of shops don't have the equipment anymore. It's not impossible in an older car, but it's tricky. It takes time, and often charges 4, 5, 6 times more than a regular car if you can find a rolling road. Or if you have a four-wheel drive vehicle from that era, it's almost impossible to find a rolling road that's set up for it. That's one problem. Biggest problem is if a car from the 30s would be almost easier to do than a car from the 90s, because with the computerized equipment from 90s, they don't make it anymore. The car's no longer in production, so you can't even get the smog equipment in a lot of cases to make your car legal. And that's primarily why we want to do this.
The motion is due pass to the Committee on Appropriations. Senators Cortese?
Aye.
Cortese, aye. Strickland?
Aye.
Strickland, aye. Archuleta?
Aye.
Archuleta, aye. Arriguin?
Aye.
Arriguin, aye. Blakespear?
No.
Blakespear, no. Cervantes?
Aye.
Cervantes, aye. Daly?
Aye.
Daly, aye. Gonzalez? Grayson? Limon? Menjivar?
No.
Menjivar, no. Richardson?
Aye.
Richardson, aye. Sayarto?
Aye.
Sayarto, aye. Umberg? Valladares?
Aye.
Valladares, aye.
It's 9-2 presently, 9 ayes, 2 noes. We have absent members. We'll keep the bill on call to continue.
Thank you, Mr.
Provide an
Chair.
opportunity to vote. Thank you.
Thank you, members.
Okay, looks like SB 712, otherwise known as Leno's Law, has passed out of the Senate Transportation Committee by final vote of 12-2, 12 in favor and 2 against. There's been a lot of videos that I saw lately on the update for SB 712 saying that it is now going to the full Senate floor. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It did pass out of the Senate Transportation Committee, but it's been re-referred to the Committee on Appropriations. Unfortunately, those in the industry tend to call the Appropriations Committee the committee where bills go to die. So there's an extra hurdle before it gets to the full Senate floor. But the good news is it did pass out of the Senate Transportation Committee by an overwhelming majority, 12-2. So what do you need to do now? You need to write everybody that's on the Senate Appropriations Committee and let them know that you support SB 712, Leno's Law, and that you want them to pass it onto the full Senate floor. I drafted up a template for a support letter, so all you have to do is cut and paste the description below and stick it in a Word document, fill in some of the blanks, and then you can submit your support letter. If you're enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel and to the newsletter using the links below. We'll share more tool buying tips, classic car and classic motorcycle project finds, some motorsport news, and maybe a wrenching tip or two.